We're joined from Cairo by Dr. Ahmed Said Ahmed, an international relations expert, and Dr. Wafa Ali, an economic expert. Good afternoon to you both. And we start with Dr. Ahmed. And what do you think are the key issues is the summit prioritizing in today's agenda?
Greetings to you and to the viewers of Qnews. In fact, there are several issues that were tackled and addressed in the trilateral summit between Egypt, Cyprus and Greece. There are two types of issues. The first one that related to the bilateral cooperation between the three countries in the field of economy, trade, opportunities and joint investment, reflected the great leap that were taken among the three countries in the cooperation since the launching the trilateral cooperation in 2014. I mean, throughout the past 10 years, the intra-trade investment and relation between the three countries and several issues in the field of renewable energy and in the field of gas, and to employ the resources of the Mediterranean. Several topics such as in tourism and the security that have again a great concern for the three countries with respect to cooperation, and there are other issues related to the regional challenges and political issues, in particular the war in Gaza, situations in Libya, Sudan and Syria, and reflect the consensus of stances between the three countries, affirming the importance of establishing and achieving stability. That's why these issues were prioritized in the summit today, and affirming supporting stability in Yemen, Sudan and Syria, and in the war in Gaza, supported the transitional term in Syria, and other issues that reflected the concern of the three countries in bolstering security and the regional stability.
Wait, Dr. Ali, as this trilateral summit between Egypt, Greece and Cyprus begins, how do you assess the potential for strengthening Egypt's economic position in the region, particularly in terms of the energy cooperation?
No doubt, these three countries opened new fields in employing geography for the interests of the peoples and maximize the geographical space and making an added value of the region with the limitless partnership established in 2014, and to organize the dealing in the file of energy pressurized the scene in the trilateral cooperation that's making a role model of the economic peace in the Mediterranean. No doubt, the joint interests were considered one of the biggest factors of the regional approaches. In particular, the Middle East area was a point, an axis of attraction to not only from the political perspective, but in economic, and maximize with the exploration in the Mediterranean area, but the cooperation with the three countries to transfer this effective momentum to the interest of the region in the mechanism of transforming the green energy in Europe and protecting the potentials of the Mediterranean as the forum, the East Mediterranean countries, regarding the consumed countries and potential countries in a joint cooperation to confront challenges and protect their rights as a big priority in the Mediterranean area. There is no doubt such an alliance is playing a great role in boosting the renewable energy file as well as the natural gas, as a meeting point of the three countries as an strategic priority in the light of the pivotal role of Egypt and in light of the current turbulence in the field of energy and the increasing of demand from Europe in this time, is to provide a role model of extending the vein of energy to represent a trilateral integration and the biggest address is the electrical linkage which named as GRIGI, such as the green energy that of investment of 14 billion euro. At one of the billion investment and geopolitical that is spoken about of the European country in the past June. This line is capable to transmit the electricity in two sides between Egypt and European Union. The consumers will benefit in Europe and the corporation to produce 3,000 megawatt, that's saving 4.5 square meter of the natural gas, and the implementation of the carbon by the 10 million yearly. So the adoption of Egypt is the energy transmission to confront the climate changes within a great transformation to maximize the size of linkages between the three countries, increases in the trade exchange size that enter in the life. There is no development nor innovation without a field of energy, and makes Egypt pivotal role of Egypt as an international and regional hub to exchange energy that consider the file of green energy in a top priority of the national security, particularly the electrical linkage with Europe and the provision of job opportunities. We should not forget also there are also other files of moving the seasonal workers to these three countries through the agreement of the Economic Forum agreed upon in the last December with respect to protection of the rights of the seasonal workers and the Egyptian corporation that operates in Greece. We should also remember that there is an agreement of the extension of the gas pipeline to the gas to liquid plants in Egypt.
Yes.
Due to the great tolls of geo-economic
Yes, Dr. Ali, let me get back to you in terms of expanding our discussion on this very particular area. But here, if I get back to you, Dr. Ahmed, and the president of Cyprus has said that the Middle East faces many challenges that require our cooperation in terms of the three nations, definitely. Now, how can the Trilateral Summit help enhance or rather boost Egypt's role as a key player in the existing regional crises?
There was a consensus between the three countries on the importance of achieving security and regional stability that would contribute in the economic operations between the region countries here and paving the way of investment and development. Therefore, there was a great support between Greece and Cyprus of the Egyptian role with respect to achieving the regional stability through supporting Egypt's role in its effort of the ceasefire in Gaza and the Israeli aggression and Egypt's role in the current negotiations between Israel and Hamas in the framework of Egypt's efforts to put an end of the aggression and the bloodshed of the Palestinians, as well as Egypt's role in supporting the Palestinian rights, their legitimate rights. There are a consensus of stances between Egypt, Cyprus, and Greece to work for a comprehensive political solution to the Palestinian cause through the two-state solution and establishment of the Palestinian state on the lines of 1967, and its eastern Quds as its capital. And it is the only mean to achieve stability, as the Palestinian cause is the key for all the conflicts in the region. Hence, the affirmation of the three presidents upon the political solution in supporting the Palestinian people. There's a great praise and appreciation from Cyprus and Greece of Egypt's role in confronting challenges and extremism and issues such as the illegal immigration, Egypt's role in dealing with crises in the Arab region, supporting stability, Sudan and Libya and Syria. That all as a whole reflected there is a European interest from Cyprus and Greece in achieving stability in the Middle East. Otherwise, the crisis in the Middle East will affect negatively on the region's states. Therefore, the most outputs of today's summit is a joint consensus and agreement in supporting stability, development and transitional term in Syria, supporting Lebanon, and the execution of the ceasefire resolution upon the UN resolution 1701, and also would contribute in the limit of the illegal immigration phenomenon. So today's summit represents a great importance regarding the Egyptian movement with Cyprus and Greece in working to have a settlement of crisis and stability, in addition to the relevant outputs of posting cooperation in
we'll
the
speak
three
about
countries.
The results or what is expected out for the outcome. If I may get back to you, Dr. Ali, here, and definitely you spoke about a very important issue, which is the power and energy. Now, electricity interconnection between Egypt and Greece is one of the major projects that is being discussed in the trilateral summit. Now, how do you see this project impacting Egypt's energy market and its long-term economic prospects, and definitely its reflection on the economy of the three sides, or both sides? Here we're speaking about Egypt and Greece, and at the same time on Europe.
There is no doubt engagement in regional and international partnership aiming on a secure future of and sustainable of energy and attracting investment, as all know, in light of geopolitical challenges, and fulfill the needs and demands of European continent that is very much concerned in the provision of gas and energy. Along with the world challenges, Egypt has a different say in guaranteeing sustainability and its presence in the world map. And among of the joint benefits, there is a partnership between the three countries of the same fate and the same interest, since the demarking of border between Egypt, Greece and Cyprus in a bid to preserve the potentials of the Mediterranean area that was a source of conflicts. But the Egyptian leadership, along with Cyprus and Greece, have managed to, making a great equation, transfer these conflicts to the file of the economic peace through the pipeline of gas that will be extended from Cyprus to the labs of liquefying in Egypt, and to return once again, and as well as the electrical linkage is not going to benefit Egypt and Greece, it's also going to benefit the neighboring European countries. That they are very much concerned of the sustainable and the provision of the energy in light of the Ukrainian and Russian war.
Yes, very clear, particularly at this very current stage, Dr. Ahmed. Because we're running out of time and we have too many questions here now. Dr. Ahmed, the Greek Prime Minister emphasized that the region is or has become less stable. In fact, it's unstable and secure, which means strengthening geopolitical cooperation is a must. Now, how will this summit achieve such an issue?
Certainly, there were a consensus among the three countries that the Middle East currently is less stable as a result of the continuation of the conflict and wars in the region. On top of which, the continued Israeli aggression that lasted for more than 1 year in the Gaza Strip in the Palestinian territories, tensions in Sudan, Yemen and Libya, and the current situations in Syria. And there is also a risk of rebuilding the ISIS organization and regional development between Israel and Iran, threats to the security of trade and maritime security in the Red Sea, all of which has negative repercussions economically and politically, as well as affected the international trade in the Red Sea, along with different countries, and the risks of extremism and terrorism that would represent an obstacle in achieving the regional stability and the regional cooperation and development. Therefore, today's summit had a great and important output, which is the coordination between the three countries and supporting Egypt's role in put an end of such conflict through the comprehensive solution of the Palestinian cause, as it is going to be the only means to have an end of all conflicts in the region and Yemen, conflicts between Israel and others. Hence, Egypt's role is very important, as well as the support of Greece and Cyprus of Egypt's role in supporting stability in the region, in Libya, and to have, in order to have a very unified government, and to put an end in the war in Sudan also, and to focus on the preservation of the unity and its sovereignty. I think that today's summit is a great model in providing a cooperation model of the regional cooperation, and that based on one-to-one situation for all. But otherwise, if the conflicts will continue, we'll have great losses, and would generate a great benefit in the trade and in the economy for the rest of the countries to move forward through the mechanism of cooperation in a state of conflicts and challenges that would generate certainly to the more risks.
Very much indeed. That was Dr. Ahmed Saeed Ahmed, International Relations Expert, and Dr. Wafa Ali, Economic Expert. We thank you both for your fruitful insights.